Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Guitarist, where we demo everyday gear for everyday guitarists. Today we're talking about the Shiflett Telecaster. First of all, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. I would really appreciate it. I love doing these videos, and you subscribing and hitting the bell notification and liking this video helps me to continue to do these. So do that. I'd really appreciate it. As always, in Everyday Guitarist, I use sub $1,000 gear. Today I'm using the Victory V30 MkII, the Shiflett Telecaster, and then a Browne Amplification Pro Tune for some drive, and a Strymon El Capistan for delay. Today we're talking about this guy right here, the Shiflett Telecaster in Shoreline Gold, which is just gorgeous. I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail on specs and stuff. I'll throw that up on the screen when I'm playing. But I just want to kind of talk about how I feel about this guitar really quick. I've had it for about a week now. I played it on a couple of songs, and I'm really enjoying it. It's $725 with a hard case, which is an absolutely ridiculous deal. The neck is really classic Fender, kind of C-shape, not too thick. It's got a gloss on it, but it's not goopy, which is really nice. It's not sticky and yucky like you're used to when you think about, you know, Mexican Fender necks. It doesn't have that vibe, and I really like that. Fretboard feels good. I think it's Pal Ferro this year. The 2020 model year is back for Rosewood, I think. It has Shiflett's own pickups in it. The CS1 and 2, I think, is what they are. A little hotter output. If you like humbuckers that are a little higher output, you're going to like these a lot. They're very articulate considering how high output they are, though, which I really like. They don't have gobs of low end like some humbuckers do, and I really enjoy that because I love P90s, and these kind of have that P90 quality. A lot of high end, they're really aggressive, and they sound awesome. Fretwork is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's phenomenal. It's not quite as good as the Ventera series. There's some sharp ends, but they're not like uber sharp, and then it could be just fret sprout. I'm not positive on that. Tuners are pretty good. I don't love them. You know, it's Mexican stuff. This would probably be an amazing mod project, which may be something I do in the future, but for now I want to show this guitar as is. I know there's a lot of demos out there, but I wanted to just kind of give my 2 cents on it because I've had a lot of guys actually asking me about the Shiflett Telecaster, and so here I am, and we're going to just kind of play some rock music. I'm going to start clean, and we're going to go from there and see what happens. Here we go. Let's get started on the clean sound. Here's the bridge pickup. So there's that. I'm not going to do a lot of clean stuff. This isn't what this guitar is made for. It's made to be aggressive. So I'm going to go to my kind of normal setting, which is a kind of slightly crunchy setting with no pedals on. I am using the Strymon for some reverb, actually, just so you know. Let's start back on the bridge pickup, and I'll give you what that sounds like. There's that. I really like it for that kind of like slightly dirty sound. I know Shiflett does some country stuff, and it's really, really good at that, actually, surprisingly, especially with how high output the pickups are. It still is pretty articulate, and I really like that. I'm going to move on to a little bit of gain from the Protein. It's the right side. So the green side of the Protein, and here we go. There's that. I mean, it's a rock and roll machine. It's a really comfortable feeling guitar. It's super easy to play. If you like that really classic Fender feeling neck, you're going to love this. It's not as thin as you'd expect for a deluxe Tele. If you're used to deluxe Telecaster necks, this is not that. It's closer to a Strat neck. It's a little thicker, a little chunkier. It's not crazy or anything. It just is more traditional Fender than what you'd expect on like period correct 70s, deluxe Tele. Let's add some more gain on for the fun of it. And here's the blue side of the Protein. it's just a fun guitar to play. I say that about all guitars because I love playing guitar, but it does feel really good. It really responds under your fingers. It feels right, if that makes sense. It feels like a really, really good Telecaster, and at $730 with a hard case, this is a ridiculous deal. So let's just keep piling on the gain here. We're gonna go to drop D and riff along here. Lastly, let's do some lead sounds. That's it. That's the demo. You figured it out. I think it's a really, really good guitar, especially for the money. It's super difficult to beat at $725. Brand new with a hard shell case. It is a great feeling, great playing guitar. Really good pickups. I actually am really impressed with them, and I think they sound really good. The color is obviously amazing, and it just feels like a good guitar. If you really wanted to make it a mod project, you could. You could throw a different neck on it, you could throw different pickups in it, but as an overall, it's just a really good feeling guitar, and I really highly recommend it, especially at the price point. The Ventera guitars are probably my favorite guitars right now for the money, but this is a pretty good contender, especially considering it's $200 or $300 less than most of the Ventera series. So just keep that in mind as you are looking at Mexican Fenders, because this is a really cool guitar. It does have the Shiflett signature on the back of the headstock right here, if that's something that bothers you, oh well. Other than that, I think it's something to look at. It's a really, really good guitar, and I really, really highly recommend it, and it looks awesome. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.